It's a windy one out there today again after yesterday's blustery conditions. We had all that dust getting kicked up and blown around. Well, now we're looking at that wind continuing this morning, at least for now. And you could see the flags just really going in that wind out of the west here this morning down at the Dakota Magic Casino on the state line with South Dakota. And this is going to be something that's going to be a common sight as you are driving around the valley here today. So be aware if you've got a high profile vehicle like that trailer there. If you're moving in a north-south direction, you're going to have some struggles here with that westerly wind. So hang on tight. Here's a look at our wind speeds. They are coming in out of the west. We're seeing some gusts into the 30s, 40s even for some. A 40-mile-per-hour gust in Fergus Falls down towards Sisseton, closer to where we were just watching those flags move. A gust of 39 miles per hour there. And Alexandria is 41. And so we've got some areas within the region where we have some of those strongest gusts. And then there are places where they've eased up for a short time. I don't think this is going to last, but Fargo and Grand Forks both reporting just some wind speeds in the teens, and that's it at the moment. Here's a look at our temperatures. We're mild. That strong wind, especially out of the west, a warmer direction, that is keeping our temperatures from cooling down much. We're in the 50s and 60s. It's 59 in Fargo and in Grand Forks, so not bad temperature wise. It's just going to be windy when you step out the door. And on our satellite and radar map, there are places getting a good amount of that beautiful morning sun. Then there are spots with some cloud cover and even a couple of showers over toward places like Park Rapids right now. They're very light, but still the potential for a few raindrops on your windshield on your drive into work here this morning. And that's all a part of this system. It's swirling around this low that's centered north of us into Canada, and that's stirring up the wind, and at times it's bringing in these areas of clouds and at times a little bit of shower activity too. And I can't rule that out for today as we make our way through the forecast. Here's a look in our hour-by-hour planner. So by the time we get into 9 a.m., you could see a lot more areas getting that sunnier sky here today. Temperatures rising back into the 60s to some low 70s at lunch. And the wind's still going, and you can see there's a band here of cloud cover that could produce a little bit of shower activity. And then this continues on into the afternoon. The wind, you can see turning northwesterly or west-northwesterly, depending on where you are. And that's going to be a little cooler direction. We're getting more air coming in out of Canada rather than straight out of the west, and that downslope effect, which is basically as that air moves down from higher elevations, it tends to warm up. We're looking more at some cooling air. We're seeing some numbers that are going to be more into that low to mid 70 range, some of us into some upper 70s this afternoon. And we are dealing with some areas of wind gusting into the 30s still into the afternoon and evening hours for your drive home. Now, continuing on into tonight, the low moves farther east, the sun sets, and we start to see that wind ease up. By midnight, I'm thinking we're not going to see any more of those gusts going on here. Quick look at your heat coming up for the weekend. Here's a look. Friday afternoon, starting to see that red area push in. That's 90-degree area. Here as we look into Saturday afternoon, more of us into the 90s in the 4 o'clock hour. And then 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, Father's Day. There's a look at our temperatures. Everybody in red here for some 90s. And then there'll be a couple of pockets here. It's right under that 100-degree mark, but that area in white, some areas that reach 100 degrees. And that may happen again on Monday as well. So it's looking like that dome of hot air that's coming our way maybe slowing a little bit in its progression. So Saturday's still going to be hot, but I think some of our hottest temperatures will be more on Sunday and into Monday coming up here in the forecast. So be ready for the heat. And of course, we'll have some tips on how to stay cool and stay safe this weekend as it's coming, because we have a first alert weather day on Sunday, because heat can be that serious and that tough on folks and your animals as well. So something to take just as seriously as severe weather threats.
It really is. But this morning, those flags, they're almost sticking straight out. It is a windy one.
Yeah, it's just like yesterday, the way we ended the day. We're still dealing with this kind of weather.
All right, Lisa, thank you.